Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I'm your host, Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take for Wednesday, November the 5th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Sorry guys, just checking something. I hope you guys are doing well. Despite the Canucks loss. I'm happy to be with you despite the Canucks loss, and we will get into it right away. Thank you for making me your last late night stop for Canucks news and analysis. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members, thanks for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, lower mainland, province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you can be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three. But the fact that you are here with me, know how much I always appreciate you and how much I never, ever take you for granted. So this is how you can get involved tonight. You can subscribe to the channel, get active in the chat section, get notified of my videos every single day. I posted actually 2 videos today. Members asked me anything. Actually had enough questions for it today. And of course, my game preview, which talked about the biggest news, the roster news, was Connor Garland rejoining today's lineup. You can like the video, like the fact that we are together, like the fact that Evander Kane scored again, like the fact that Aturatu scored, like the fact that a bunch of you were at the game tonight. So not, I think misery breeds company, but yeah, I'm glad Gerald sent me a few pictures of some of you guys that met up today, which is pretty cool. So happy that you guys, were able to connect with one another. You can leave a donation and get the donation. Oh no, Rosie got the donation train out of the station. So I will highlight that in a second. You can gift a membership. You can buy your membership. You can upgrade your membership. You can use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. So let's get to that donation. Rosie, I love it. I love it when different people get the donation train out of the station. And it's the first one tonight comes from our good friend Rosie, who was at the game. I saw pictorial evidence of it. So thank you, Rosie, for your wonderful donation. So let's give some love to Rosie in the chat. The $3 donation. Thank you for everything you do for the Canucks community. Well, I'm not sure if I do that much. No, I do a little bit. I do my part, but you guys carried it on just fine. It's not even about being CCC or being follower of this person or that person. I just love how you guys, are able to get together with or without me. By the way, Yrvin, this is funny. This message, YouTube actually flagged it for review, and then one of our moderators rightfully showed it. So nutshot is appropriate feeling right now. I'll get to that. So let's give some love to Rosie in the chat. Also, Jessica, my mukbang partner. That didn't sound right. I think this is the same Jessica. Jessica, member for 5 months. She proclaims her loyalty and her membership for 5 months. That is awesome. I'm giving you this one.
3, 2, 1.
So thank you, Jessica, for being a member for 5 months. And I think the 2 has been there forever. What's the 2? What's the 2? I don't even know what you guys are talking about, but that's okay. Unless you guys were talking about something else earlier. Thank you, Jessica, for being a member for 5 months. Hello, Shannon. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Russell. Hello, Jacob. So got some content creators in here. Coach Rob is back from his trip from Alberta. Thank you. Ricky's here. Dino's here. Everyone's here. Harry, Simon, Wendy. Okay, got your therapy session. I'm here for the therapy session. I'm actually gonna do the show a tiny bit differently today because I didn't watch the game. So I'm gonna try something. It's not like too out of the box, but I'm just basically gonna admit that I didn't watch the game, and I'm gonna go to you for a lot of it. Windy City, we got to meet Nick on stream. Good game tonight. This one was back and forth. Yeah, for sure. The Tyler Bertuzzi was great. You guys, I was talking we, like as if Nick and I played for our respective teams. Blackhawks were good. They're opportunistic. They capitalized on their chances. I want to ask you guys about the Canucks. I don't want to say bloated, but the Canucks shot total. But I'll get to that in a second. So yeah, for sure. Good game to Nick and the Blackhawks, deserving of the win, at least for the third period. And that's not me being bitter or sarcastic. It sounds like from everything that I've seen and read and heard that the Canucks were the better team for the first two, but credit to Spencer Knight and the Blackhawks. They didn't fold and they scored when they needed to. So good game, Nick. I much respect to you and what you're doing on your channel and for always being here. I know it is 1 a.m. where you are right now. So thank you. Oh, 2 months beside Jessica's name. Oh, yes. It's funny. On StreamYard, I don't see the 2, but I see what you're saying now. Yes, I have, what it is the logos are 1 month, 2 month, 6 month, 12 month, and then I think it goes 24, 36. Oh, I should probably redo it. Jake did them for me, my son. I should probably get some new ones that match up properly. But yes, I don't go like there's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It goes 1, 2, then 6, then 12, and then it goes up from there. But that's something I can revisit for sure. Not a big deal. I know that. You just got to use your monthly message, and then we will know for sure. Calvin's got it right there. Jessica, the 2 will go away after 6. Exactly. Trying to calm down. Fangirls teams went 1-5. You got to get some better teams for sure. The 6 month. There we go. Oh, Grand Forks, BC, not Alberta. Thank you. Why do I think Grand Forks was in Alberta? Okay, another person correcting me on geography. That's fine. I'm just kidding. That's fine. With the weekend being a back-to-back, why was Lankinen playing tonight? Because I think Demko played a few straight, but I don't think you can blame Lankinen, especially on the 2 Bertuzzi goals, backdoor goals. Hughes looks like he's quiet quitting. Yeah, I saw someone say that on Russell's stream as well. It's okay, Clay. We have your back. Just watch the first 17 minutes of the third period. I saw the highlights. I saw the highlights for sure. Okay, let me do this. I said it last night. Bertuzzi would get his revenge. That's true. You did say that last night for sure. And yes, I caught the last bit of your stream. So Wednesday night is my church night. And that therefore I was not able to watch hardly any of this game because I'm running our religious education. And then after the game, I actually went to go to a couple of urgent care clinics to get them to look at my ear. I'm not sure if I told you guys that I'm not sure my ear is infected or just clogged or there's something going on, but I got to get that fixed. So I'm going to go I was going to go at 8 a.m. tomorrow, but I got to be at work by 9:30 to do some filming and I can't risk being stuck in a queue. So I'm going to go tomorrow afternoon. I just want to get my ear checked out before my big work event this weekend. I can hear, this side's perfectly fine. This side's okay, but it doesn't feel right. And I don't, being a musician, especially, and relying on my ears so much, like we all rely on our ears, but I just want to make sure that there's nothing funky going on in there. Maybe an infection. I hope not. Maybe just, I hope it, I don't think it's a wax buildup. It feels like a bit of infection, but I don't know because I've never had an ear infection before. So all to say, I did not watch tonight's game. I'm going to do the Sedge VC, the Clay Edge Go Visualizer commentary because I've watched the highlights. I've listened to the post game. I've watched all the goals, but I didn't watch the game. So tonight's going to be a test of what I see and observe versus what actually happened. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, that's a really good point. he was asked, Quinn Hughes was asked point blank, was it because the goaltender was good or did you make it too easy on him? And he basically did not give Spencer Knight, he did not give Spencer Knight any credit. He basically said, not really. And he even asked the reporters, can you remember any outrageous saves? And the reporter said no. And he goes, see? So, it's funny. When I hear other players talk about that and not give our players credit, I get really mad, because I get defensive, right? These are my guys. So I can't imagine what Chicago Blackhawks fans are feeling, or maybe they don't care. Maybe they don't care. But you can definitely tell that Hughes is frustrated, and he used that. Actually, one of the reporters fed him that word. He says, "Is it frustrating?" And then Quinn Hughes said, "That is indeed one way to put it." Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's Witten. G and I were at the game tonight. We won every category except the scoreboard. Tough seeing so many point blank chances being passed off. Kane and Bovenlander were the brightest spots. Awesome. I will talk about that for sure. Awesome. Nice to see you, Dark Fear. I hope it's at Earwax Builder too. Reichel had one classic Reichel speed chance, but basically invisible. Indeed. And I did not know that Binnington tried to hide Ovechkin's 900 goal puck in his pants. All right, let's get to this Edge Goal Visualizer commentary. Then I will read the stat sheet, read some scores, and then I will look at the standings. And then I'll go back to the stat sheet, and I want to get your opinion on a couple of things. Sound good? Sound great. All right, let's go. The Clay Edge Goal Visualizer commentary, the patented. Anyone and everyone actually does this now, but that's fine. But do they call it the Sedge receipt? No, they can't because their name isn't Clay. Tyler Bertuzzi's first goal of the night. And it is 5-on-5. Blackhawks ringing it around. And then Grizzly comes in. And then I'm not sure what Hughes is doing here. I've watched this replay like 3 or 4 times. Hughes kind of just jets up the mirror. Pretty sure as the left D man, this is Hughes' guy, right? Yeah, left D. Tyler Myers is the right D. He's here. The left D should probably check the right winger, or at least the guy on the right side. And there he goes. Grizzly over to Bertuzzi, goes off his skate, but certainly didn't. You're allowed to direct it. You just can't kick. And he didn't neither of those things. Well, he sort of directed it, but certainly not enough to challenge. So easy goal for Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi is good around the net, just like kind of DeBrusk is. But Bertuzzi was more noticeable than DeBrusk tonight. So first goal of the game in 3 minutes into the third period. And I there's no highlights to show you from the first 2 periods, but it sounds like I know the Canucks had a lot of shots in the first 2 periods, but that's going to be one of the questions I'm going to ask you guys about. Tyler Bertuzzi's second goal is from the exact same spot. Now, this one's a power play, so you can't blame, you can sort of blame bad coverage because what's Marcus Pettersson doing out here? That's my question. What's he doing out here? Because he is the left D. Shouldn't he be around here? Or maybe they're just really trying this diamond thing. So it is a diamond, but diamonds break down when it becomes a 2-on-1 down below. So here we go. Hronek goes off to Bedard, but Marcus Pettersson is late to react. So again, from the exact same spot, Tyler Bertuzzi scores his second goal. Yes, thank you for reminding me that there's no goal edge visualizer to show this. Drew O'Connor had a goal waved off because it was deemed goaltender interference. That was no surprise, seeing that he gave a light cross-check to Spencer Knight and kept him down on the ground before putting the puck in. So no goal for Drew O'Connor. 2-0 Chicago Blackhawks. Then ex-Canuck Ilya Mikheyev. There's some really bad coverage here. So Hughes jumps behind the net to check this guy. And then you think we're safe. I'm not sure what Myers is doing. Well, let's see if Myers retreats a little bit. So Myers is covering Donato. Then Besser should be checking Mikheyev. But the puck squirts through Besser. And does it go? I guess it goes off to Donato. And then Donato to Mikheyev. Look, big mumbo jumbo of guys here. But didn't like the coverage here. I think everyone kind of overcompensating or trying to do too much. And just pressing. The word that a lot of people used was that the Canucks seem to be pressing. So cubic zirconia. Yeah, exactly. A cheap diamond. Exactly, Yrvin. So that's 3-0. I hate it. I hate seeing Canucks score against us. And then Bertuzzi gets his hat trick. This one, like, you can't blame Myers for it going off him. It's easy to blame him, but the puck goes back. Donato Crevier shot, and it goes off of Myers. And then it wasn't the best look. Myers is on his stomach, but he turns away. I guess I would too. You don't want to get a puck to the face. Not that Bertuzzi's going to shoot it at his face. He wants to score. And then Lankinen's down. Myers is down. They look like they're doing synchronized swimming. And then Bertuzzi puts in the net. Hat trick. And Bertuzzi scores 3 goals in a span of 8.5 minutes. 4-0 Chicago. Ratu scores. This is Joe. Oh, I thought this was huge. This is Joseph. So Joseph, and then DeBrus, some minor interference here, and the puck squirts out, and then becomes a 2-on-1. Ratu uses Besser as a decoy. Hard to get to. Oh, that's almost offside. Hard to get to Besser's forehand, so Ratu just snaps it. Yeah, they're not even worried about Besser because exactly, he's got to get all the way to his forehand. But Ratu beats before the defender gets over, snaps it past Spencer Knight on his blocker side, so short side. So nice goal by Ratu, his first of the season. Joseph's first point of the season as well. Then just, what is it? 1 minute and 11 seconds later, Evander Kane scores. So Vovenlander gets a point here too. Let's see how this happens. So there's Garland, goes up to Vovenlander. Oh, interesting. So if you look at it, the Canucks they pulled the goaltender, but O'Connor comes off and Kane comes on. So it goes Vovenlander all the way across to Hughes, and I want to see more of that in the future, especially if they're going to keep playing Vovenlander. And then Hughes drop pass to Kane. Boom! One-timer, and now it's 4-2. I'm listening in my car as I'm driving to Shoppers Drug Mart. I'm all excited. We got 2 minutes left, and then exactly 1 minute later, it's Bedard. So PD shoots it in, goes straight to Spencer Knight. Didn't like that play. He could have just soft dump here, ring it around here. You got 2-on-1 over here, but instead PD puts it right on Knight. Knight tries to shoot it. I'm not sure DeBrus got a piece of it or Knight just really weak. Puck goes up in the air. Someone yells, "Huggy!" But then Bedard, he just wins the battle. He out-battles Hughes, and then he scores in the empty net. Bedard's first goal ever in Vancouver. And that's the final score, 5-2 for Chicago. I thought it was going to be a 4-2, but the wrong way. Yeah, Canucks outshot the Blackhawks 35-19 in the first 2 periods, then 10-9. Canucks actually won the faceoff battle. They lost the special teams battle. Chicago scores on their only power play. Canucks go 0 for 2. You got to get a power play goal if you're giving up a power play goal. More hits, more block shots. So from a stats standpoint, the Canucks seem to do okay. And then you look at the box score. Who cares about the Blackhawks? You look at the Canucks. So only the 1 goal from Ratu and the 1 goal from Kane, and no assists for any forwards. So just 2 forwards get points. Reichel's a -2. That's what stands out to me there. Time on ice, Garland has 20, PD has 19, Kane has 19. That makes sense. They're the top line tonight. Then when it comes to shots, 7 for Garland, 4 for DeBrus, 10 shots for Evander Kane. Even Carlson got 3. Wow. Blocks, PD with another 2, Sherwood with 2, and Ratu with 2. You got, that's good. Hits. Look at this. Sherwood with 4, and then Ratu with 3, DeBrus with 3. So Ratu, a pretty good stat line actually. 1 goal, +1, 2 shots, 2 blocks, and 3 hits. You go down to the bottom. Vovenlander with another assist. Joseph with an assist. Hughes gets an assist. Myers -3, Hughes -2. That does not look good. Hughes plays 27 minutes, and our third pairing more than 10 or 11. They actually get closer to 50 minutes, which is pretty good. Shots, everyone gets 1 except Myers has 4. Blocks, 3 for Hronek, and then 2 hits for Hronek. No other defenseman had a block. Lankinen, 23 saves on 27 shots. There's 1 empty netter in there. Save percentage isn't great. I don't know if you blame him on any of the 3 Bertuzzi goals. So you don't blame him yet. It's the classic. You want him to make a save, though, even when you don't expect him to. A couple last things. We go to scores. Maple Leafs. Excuse me. Maple Leafs beat the Mammoth. Ovechkin scores his 900th goal, as they beat the Blues 6-1. The Flames lose. That sucks. We lose. That sucks. And I guess if I had to pick one, you want the Sharks to win, not the Kraken, because in the end, you think you're battling Seattle, but not San Jose. But you look at standings now, and it's not good. It's not good. We are falling. We are now 2 points behind Edmonton, same number of games. 2 points behind Seattle and LA. They've played fewer games, and 3 points behind Ducks and Knights, who play 3 fewer games, so they could expand all the way up to 9-point lead on us. San Jose is right behind us with a game in hand, and the sucky Calgary Flames are only 4 points behind us. Then finally, you look at the entire league standings. It's not pretty, guys. We are in 27th, only 5 teams below us. But if you go by points percentage, because we are now 7 and 8, we are, then a couple of teams leapfrog us in terms of points percentage. So we are only better than these 4 teams. All in the Western Conference. Man, the Western Conference is bad this year compared to the Eastern Conference. All right, that was a lot. But I want to get through all of that before. So I'm going to just pick out some stats, and I want you guys to mention it. You guys to help me. I want you guys to help me because I didn't watch the game, and I'm not going to pretend to watch the game. I'm admitting that I didn't watch the game. By the way, Harry, thank you, Harry. Let's give Harry some love in the chat. $5 donation. Going to give Harry some love. So going to give him a dono drop first. The save. Shout out to Hall of Fame member Harry Moss, says $5 donation. And what's your prediction for Saturday's game? Who scores first for the Canucks? Can we see Bluger returning next game against Columbus? I'm not sure if he's going to be ready for Saturday. 2 days more, but because he might practice in a non-contact for 1 game. I don't know. Maybe. At least he was on the ice this morning. They got to beat Columbus, right? Because then they play against this murderer's row of teams. Let's go. I'm going to say they're going to go completely against what we expect. 5-1 victory. 5-1 victory with Brock Besser scoring the first goal. But I'll probably change that score prediction before the game. But I don't have a show before the game, which I'll get to in a second. So let's do 10 minutes of me asking you stuff. Then I'll do my Mitchell sponsor read, and then I'll let you guys have you guys ask questions of me. Okay, so first and foremost, and just rapid fire, put in the comments. I'll highlight some, not all. I see the shots as 35-19 in the first 2 periods. So my questions are: were the Canucks indeed that dominant, outshooting them 2-1? Were they that dominant? And were any of those shots dangerous, or were they peripheral? So basically, talk to me about the first 2 periods. You can reference the 35-19 shots, or you can just reference the quality of shots or the level of domination, if any. So talk to me about the first 2 periods first. Put it in the chat. I want to hear. So Russell says it was mostly shots from the outside, not dangerous at all. Okay, that is fair. Remember, this you are educating me. I'm not judging. I'm not trying to see how accurate you are. I did not watch this game, and I'm not going to pretend that I watched this game. So you are helping me. They had chances, not a lot of dangerous chances, though. Gotcha. The Honorable James Moore, who texted me after the game, James, I'm sure you don't mind me sharing this, said, "This is bad. Worst PK in the NHL. Canucks have no regulation wins in their past 9 games. Only 3 all season, tied for second last in the NHL. And they played more games than most of those teams." And then I wrote back simply, "Man, that makes me sad." Lots of shots and not winning is still better than few shots and not winning. Okay, fine. That's fine, Gary. I hear you. But talk to me about tonight's game. Canucks were the better team first 2 periods. Unfortunate, the O'Connor goal didn't count. I think it would open up the floodgates. That's a pretty mature take. Haven't checked the heat map, but not much in the slot, like everyone is saying. One last time, do you put a space or no space? No space. You just go at, and then you type their name. But I think it's got to be done on a computer, not on a. Let me try it on my computer over here. I'll try it right now. I'll try at Doodle Hockey, and let's see what happens. At Doodle. Yeah. Actually, I just type in do, and then it comes up. Hey, bro. Okay, so there we go. So that came up on I did it on my computer, though. But then I don't see it as Doodle Hockey linked. But Doodle Hockey, you should be the only one who sees it as a clickable link, if that makes sense. They got out goalied. The main note I had for the game was the tempo of the play for the first 40 minutes was very good back and forth. Although shots and goal were heavy in favor for Vancouver, Knight was able to see everything. Yes, that's they made that point in the Canucks post game as well. Patrick Johnson, one of the reporters here, basically said to Adam Foote, were you surprised? Did it throw you guys off that Chicago basically let you guys shoot, let Knight see everything, and didn't really try and block a lot of shots? And you see that in the stat line. They only had 8 block shots, which is very low for a whole team. So maybe they intentionally let Knight see everything. Interesting. No one wants to say this, but the first 40 minutes was good Canucks hockey. That's fine, Mark. Justin, I don't know why PD is passing, but I'm asking about the first 40 minutes, unless that happened in the first 40 minutes. What else we got? Anything else? Yeah. Okay. We're talking about how to tag people. Okay. No problem. No problem. You can see it. Good. How are Besser and DeBrusque still on a line together? Yeah, they are not very dangerous. Canucks not overly dangerous in the first 40 minutes, but should have been going up. They should have been up going in third. They had scoring chance in front of the net that was passed off, including a breakaway. Interesting. Is that the one that Justin was talking about? Justin says, "Why is PD passing on a clear breakaway to the net?" Okay, I'll have to look. I'll have to look for that highlight for sure. He passed on a breakaway. 450. Okay, thank you, Justin. I will look that up for sure. Okay, so next question. So it sounds like most of you are the general consensus. Yeah, the Canucks played fine. They played well. Maybe not dominant, but they outshot Blackhawks 2-1, and maybe the Blackhawks were not letting the Canucks shoot, but not letting. Making sure that Spencer Knight could see them. Okay, that is fair. That is fair. My next question, just looking at the box score. Okay, here's a question for you guys. Is Evander Kane's... I see 10 shots, and... no, that's a waste of a question. I'm not going to ask that. Here's the next question I was going to ask. Do you think... so I see Tyler Myers at -3. I see Quinn Hughes at -2. Let's talk about Hughes right now. Do you think Hughes is trying to do too much? Or are you fine with Hughes trying to do too much because he is our best player? So let's just talk about Quinn Hughes for the next 2 or 3 minutes. Your thoughts on him? Someone already said that he's quiet quitting already. Didn't miss anything, wasted time. Okay, thanks Japan thanks for the heads up. All right, talk to me. Talk to me about Quinn Hughes. Rosario, Hughes doesn't look like himself, both offensively and defensively. I didn't like the coverage on 2 of the goals. I know it's not just him, but yeah, guys, talk to me about Quinn Hughes. Hughes is doing too much, but at the same time, I wish Petey would do too much. Quinn shouldn't be paired with Tyler Myers. I definitely think he's doing too much. Hughes is looking burnt out. Hughes is looking burnt out. Hughes is definitely trying to do too much. His defensive coverage was terrible. Full reversion to old defensive coverage. Sarah, a bit off topic. I heard a rumor that the reason why Tocchet left is because him and Quinn talked, and Quinn does not want to re-sign with Vancouver. So that's why Tocchet left. Sarah, where'd you hear that? Quinn paired with Hronek would be better. That's what they were doing. All right. Next question I'm going to ask you guys is Tom Verlander. He gets 14.5 minutes, gets another assist. So that's assist in 2 straight games. Would you like to see that? Talk to me about Tom Verlander's game. Vis-a-vis. No, I'll ask about DPD and Joseph in a second. Let's just talk about Tom Verlander. Tell me about his game. Are you fine with him like staying with the big club? Do you want to see him with Quinn Hughes, because he's a righty and Hughes a lefty? Or do you think he needs more seasoning in Abbotsford? Talk to me about Tom Verlander. Hughes looked exhausted from last year's drama on the chatter of his future. isn't having fun and is putting too much pressure on himself to try and save. I think that's a good take, Justin. The pressure on himself. Myers just playing too many minutes and is changing back to the chaos giraffe. That's fair. Actually, let's do this. Let's do this. For 3 minutes, let's just talk about the D overall. Tell me about Tom Verlander. Are you okay with how Pettersson and Hronek have been playing? That's Marcus Pettersson. Were you upset that DPD got sat instead of Joseph, or do you understand why? Let's talk about the defense right now. Verlander is confident, but not beside Hughes, because both of them are puck carrying team and they need a defensive D to play while they push up. Yeah, you wanted a guy who can move on each pairing for sure. Maybe that's why they split Hughes and Hronek up. Very high in the Verlander pick, and he's made me very proud so far. I'm confused as to what happens because we also have Mancini, but Verlander skates well, is very smart with the puck. Yeah, I think I've always said Mancini's kind of like Jovo, right? High risk, high reward. I think Verlander's can skate just as well, Mancini even better, and he's a bit of a safer player. Verlander is fine. He deserves to stay with Canucks. Dynamic player, speed and shot. Verlander should stay in the NHL and be paired with DPD. I like Verlander's game. His skating is a clear-cut asset. From Nick, Verlander seems to be the most noticeable player on the ice for the Canucks tonight for good reasons. Hey, Simon, I'm trying to stay on topic, but I'll answer your question. Are they getting worn out? They have played the most games in the league, but these are professional players, and I think I just think it's not they're worn out. I think the talent just isn't there. Good enough to be in the NHL, but isn't too good to be in the AHL. That's a good way to put it. Myers needs a smaller role in order to shine, as a top 4D has more responsibility, kind of like how Juleson was good at the PK, but nothing else. Marcus Pettersson was to blame for the second Bertuzzi goal. Could not stop him crashing the net. Yeah. Marcus Pettersson sometimes gets caught out of position, but everyone does. Verlander was okay. He's improving. I think the NCAA helped him more than if he was staying in Sweden. Yeah, I think he's been good. All right, one last question about tonight's game. And then I will go Mitchell sponsor read, and then we'll kind of go more open field running here. Lankinen, let's talk about him specifically tonight. Do you think there's any of those shots that he could have saved? I'm not sure if he could do anything on the 3 Bertuzzi goals unless he makes a stronger play on the cross ice pass. And are you concerned, more importantly, big picture, are you concerned about Lankinen's game? Considering you can't trot Demko out there for 60 starts. So talk to me about Kevin Lankinen right now. Hello, Helen. First 2-day break since October 13. That is crazy. All right, here we go. KC says, Lanks is fine. Fangirl, I do not blame Lankinen for this game. Okay, so 2 votes of confidence for Kevin Lankinen, which is just fine. Ryan says Lanks is not the problem. So I'm certainly getting a vibe here, which is fine. Not Lankinen's fault. The defense coverage is brutal. That's also why Demko gave up 4 last game. Yes. So no issues with Lankinen. That's fine. I wasn't trying to look for issues with Lankinen. I do think Lankinen needs to make a big save here and there like he did last year. But I think I was listening. It sounds like he made a couple of really good saves tonight. I think Lankinen is fine. I just think that the Canucks should help Lankinen more. Lankinen is so Jekyll and Hyde. He was brilliant for St. Louis in the prior Chicago game, but then you have games like tonight. Yeah, Ricky, that's my point, though. Was it Lankinen's fault tonight? If Demko played, we would have lost 4-2 and possibly hurt Demko. Lanks did fine for you guys tonight. Most of those goals can't be faulted on him. All the goals came from high danger. That game dropped our PDO back to because so many shots and no goals, right? Swervin Yrvin, 18 months as a member. Very, very good. Let's give Swervin Yrvin some love in the chat. Happy to be a member for Igor Larionov month. That's 18. Verlander is the first drafted right-hand D for Canucks since Frank Corrado 10 years ago. Not a great stat. Yeah. Corrado was okay. I loved listening to him, but he wasn't the best player. Wow. For those just saying the defense was the area of strength, yeah, I'm one of them for this team. The analytics have them 30th to 32nd in most categories, 5-on-5. Brutal. You have to give Lankinen games. Demko just played the last 2. Yep. Weird to see so many shots in net. I feel Lankinen played well, not his fault. Yep. Very good. I don't see Demko playing the back-to-back, But yeah, that's kind of strange, right? I guess it's unless they go Lankinen against, Parker and I always talk about this. Parker really believes in you play your good goalie against the weaker team, oftentimes to guarantee those 2 points. But I don't know, why not try to get 2 points from both games? So do you go back to Lankinen on Saturday because it is 2 days break, and then you go Demko against Colorado on Sunday, and then get Demko in the groove, then Demko on Tuesday against the Jets, right? Who knows? Yeah, it's a 4-game homestand. I think each guy's getting 2. So, and I'm going Demko against the Jets on Tuesday. So really, one of them's going to get Columbus and one of them is going to get Colorado. I don't think we should have kept Shelovs. Yes, his stats are good, but at least the way the season that Lankinen is coming off of, there's just no space for Demko on this team. We need goals, and that's not Lankinen's job. Don't think people realize how good Spencer Knight is going to be. Yeah, how did he get from Florida to Chicago? Did Florida give up on him when they had Bobrovsky? Like, I don't know the full story. I'm fine either way. I just think they're going to split 1-1. I agree with Russell. I think they're going to go with Lankinen on Saturday as well. Lankinen isn't the problem. Harvey's not playing like the one who stole so many games, like his 10-0 road record. He'll heat up soon. Nothing wrong with how many games each goalie's played. Yeah, it's been fine. The split's been fine. Knight should get the look for third goalie for the Olympics. He might be number 2. Also, there's a big article with Washington wiping St. Louis. I know Noah Strang wrote an article about why Logan Thompson isn't one of Team Canada's goaltenders for the Olympics. It's Hill, it's Montembeault, it's Binnington, whereas Logan Thompson has much better stats than all of those guys. Blackhawks traded Jones for Knight and in 2026. Okay, so Jones for Knight and in 2026. There we go. Knight was part of how Florida got Seth Jones. And we need more offense, says Edmund. All right. It's already 11:40. Go Mitchell sponsor read. Then we'll do another 10 or 15 minutes. And then we are done. We start off by thanking my primary sponsor. And that, of course, is Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Bane's mad because I skipped over his comments. What are you talking about? You said we should have kept Shelovs, and then I highlighted it. Oh, the Lanka disaster one? Oh, boo-hoo, I skipped one comment. I'm just bugging you. But yeah, no, I read your comment. I can't read every single comment. Otherwise, we will never get out of here. But Bane, you said Lanka disaster. I don't think he's been a disaster. I don't think so. That will be karma, you say. Shout out to my secondary sponsor, Gassy Jack Art, maker of this great artwork. Check them out at GassyJackArt.com. Thanks to my secondary sponsor, Mulligan Golf Company. Check them out at mlgngolf.com, golfing apparel and accessories. And thanks to my supporting sponsor, Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Thanks to everyone who's purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so at canuckclay.threadless.com. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A reminder that you can get involved this way. You subscribe to the channel. You can like the video. You can leave a donation like Rosario just did again. You can gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership message. And if listening on a podcast platform, you can rate and review. And remember, no show on... So this weekend is my biggest work event of the year. So no show tomorrow night. I'll be doing airport runs. And then Sunday is going to be determined. I'm guessing I will do a show, but we have our wrap-up dinner after the event in Surrey. Then I got to get all the guests to their hotels. Yeah, so Sundays, it sucks because it's after the Colorado Avalanche. But Sunday could be a game time decision, or I just stream really late. I'll see how I'm feeling from the weekend, see how my ear is doing, but no show for sure tomorrow night. And then I don't stream on Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday will be to be determined. By the way, I've been debating this whole morning after show, Clay M. Canucks commentary, as Yrvin said. Yeah, so I'm just trying to picture, would I want to get my butt out of bed early or early for me to recap tonight's game, like if this was tomorrow? Not sure. So jury's still out on that one for sure. All right, let's highlight Rosario's donation, and then we'll look at the fictional leaderboard. So thank you, Rosie, for this one. Rosiero with the $1 donation. Thank you, Rosie. And I look at the leaderboard now, and Fangirl is in the lead with 600 points. Then it's Canucks Man. Who's Canucks Man? Oh, it's Rosie at 260 points. Harry at 250. Coach Rob at 200. And Just Incredible at 125. So there's your top 5. It's a very, very close race. So we'll see who ends up winning it by the very end of this show. Okay, let's get back to your comments. We'll go for another 10 to 15 minutes, and we will, this can be general stuff now. Let's get your questions. GLHF Canucks just have too many holes on offense to be a playoff team. Yeah, they do not look strong right now. Do you think there could be any line adjustments for the Canucks on Saturday, or will they stay put? Yeah, you guys tell me how Garland, Kane, and Petey looked. I see that Kane had 10 shots on goal. How many did Garland have? Garland had 7, and Petey had 3. So 20 shots from one line. If they, indeed, I know some of that came on the power play, but if they played together, that's a lot. That's half of our offense almost. See, Bane, I show your comments. Nice. I don't know what you're saying, but nice. Swervin Yrvin, bet you feel different if we want. That's true. That's true. Try and bring the same energy, win or loss, but it goes without saying it's a lot easier when they are winning. Canucks had won 14-15 versus Chicago prior to tonight, including 11 straight. Ebbs and flows, they were due to win. That is fair. But I was thinking as I was driving home, listening to the end of the game, that, yeah, this was a team that we'd always wiped the floor with. And Chicago was like the second or third worst team last year. And now we are losing to them. Yep. Assuming it's not an astronomical price, would you go for Malkin? $6 million UFA. Yeah, I do like him. I do like him a lot. I still think he's got a bit more in the tank. But I guess money talks. But why would he choose to come here? I guess is the main question, right? Refs were awful. Yeah, but we got 2 power plays. You only got 1, but I didn't see the game, so I will defer to your expertise. Do I think a trade is incoming? I think if we see a couple more results like this, I think so. My section for Saturday's game is 329. I usually go for 3. Oh, so you're in the other end of the arena. I'm sure you'll have just as much fun. NFL question for you. I think the NFC will come down to the Eagles and Seahawks to represent the NFC. Do you agree? Not sold on the Hawks yet. They're good, but are they the second best team? I have no problem with your Eagles pick. Yes, we lost to the Blackhawks today, Bane. So many holes. I'm not sure Adam is trying to be whatever. Chicago is coming up now for sure. The last game the Blackhawks beat the Canucks was a 1-0 shutout for Fleury. Wow. Is that by memory? Windy City or did you have to look that up? The rest relaying the play. Dino with the dono. So shout out to Dino and Mother Mena. Thank you for your generosity. As always, appreciate you. So let's give some love to Dino and Mena in the chat. To be honest, the Canucks management is waiting on what Quinn Hughes is going to do. Depending on whether he's staying long-term, totally changes what moves the Canucks will make. No, that makes sense because it's the most fundamental decision in the Canucks franchise in the past couple decades, right? I hear what you're saying, GLA. What does GLHF stand for, by the way? Dino drops another $14. Yeah, I'm used to seeing the 28 all-in-one donation, but spread over 2 is just as fine as well.
Hard.
give some love to Dino for a second $14 donation, adding up to his usual 28. That's amazing. Thank you, Dino. And thank you, Mena. If the Canucks do make another trade, who would the Canucks possibly get for 2C? It really depends on who's out there. I know someone else just mentioned Zaka. We've been linked to him. Alex Wenberg. I don't know. There's no one that... Zaka I wouldn't mind because of his size and his defensive play as well. But we need offense, right? How do you think the Lions are going to do? I think it's going to be tough. They can win. They can win. I'm not saying they are going to. I would love to see them win, but it's going to be tough playing in Saskatchewan. I remember the game, watching the game on TV since we had only had 3 shutout wins since that game. Wow. Now that is a good memory. Too many line changes. I mean, I presume you mean the way the lines are made up, not too many line changes during the game, because you have to change lines during the game. How many other AHL teams besides the Canucks and Sabres haven't won the Cup? I thought the list was only 4 or 5, but I could be mistaken. Would you want Pavel Zacha as a Canuck? I wouldn't mind him just for some size and some grit. And as long as he has some offense, I don't want to just get a completely defensive player because we need offense. You split over 2. That's fine. Appreciate that. We love that video. Here we go. Jets sends Wild, Canucks, Kraken, Sharks. Wait, that's 6 teams. Okay. Columbus. Oh, so it's 7 teams. Wow. Oh, this must be Mena. Dino and I love your live streams. Well, I love that you are so generous, but more importantly, that you are watching. Thank you. Predators, no cuts, but tons of banners. Who should they target? Simon, that's a tough one because I could name all these players, but it's got to be players that are available to them and that the Canucks have the assets to get. So I can't just, I love if they targeted Nathan McKinnon, but that's obviously not realistic. Some of the names we've been hearing are Pavel Zacha, Alex Wenberg, and others. Bain said, is this a question or a statement? We trade EP40. Thrashers, Nordiques. Do you think the team needs a top 6 forward, Zach, or maybe Stamkos? I don't want Stamkos. I used to like him. Well, I still like him, but I don't. I think he's well past his best before date. So Zach, I'd be interested in more than Stamkos, to be honest with you. Utah is another one too. Gives back to their Arizona and Winnipeg days. Okay, so there's a few teams that haven't won a cup yet. So we're not the only ones, but I don't like being on that list. That's for sure. Hockey pool. I'm winning my mom's work one. I'm in 3rd in my church one, the auction pool. I'm 1st in my church keeper pool. Should we even consider buy of this? Should we even consider buy of this is the state of the team? What am I missing? Yrvin, ask me one more time because I want to answer it. It sounds like it's going to be a good question. Ask it again. Are the Canucks usually targeting young players or more veteran skilled players? I think they want to get a guy in the Lucas Reichel age, but they're not always developed, right? Obviously, you get a veteran player, they've developed, and they might even be on at the peak or the downward slope of their career. I think it really depends on what you have to give up and what kind of role these players are going to get. But usually you get a veteran for like a playoff run. You get a younger middle-aged player for not middle-aged, like 40, like, you know what I mean? Not a veteran for if you're looking to build long-term. Just got to return a message from a work colleague. Got there in time. Team needs a 1 and 2C more than anything. Here we go. Should we even consider buying in the trade market with the state of the team right now? Yeah, like how much further do you want to deplete our prospects, our assets, and especially if, someone mentioned that the Quinn Hughes decision is the most fundamental decision, is going to shape everything. I agree, because do you not necessarily sell the farm, but how much do you give up in an effort to win now to appease Quinn Hughes? And I know some people bristle at the fact that when we say like every decision has to be made through the lens of keeping Hughes happy, but isn't that the end game right now? Kadri would be a sick move, but he's older. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's still good, I guess. Canucks need speed. With this team in this situation of a season, do you think less out-of-town folks coming to Vancouver to see a Canucks game? I never thought about it that way, but yeah, I don't think it's destination viewing as it used to be. Young players are hard to trade for unless the team is ready to just give the player another chance somewhere else. That is true. Needing 2 or more pieces is an awful place to be. Yes. Tomorrow will be 49 days until Christmas, so I have my Christmas PJs out, and I'm wearing my Okay, all right. Too bad it's not an open house, Shannon. We can't see it, but I hope those. I'm sure you're looking great in those Snoopy Christmas PJs. Awesome. Okay, friends. Actually, I'll read this hot take. Our windows passed, and Benning fumbled the peak of the core. That's probably not even a hot take. That's a good take. There isn't anything to sell from the farm. That is true. I guess it's just you're selling hope and selling potential, right? Verlander, Lekkerimäki, maybe can't make the playoffs with Hughes. I think he's more valuable as a trade chip. I think there could KC. I think there could be a very real moment in time this season where Canucks management has to realize the same thing. All right, friends, on that note, I am out of here. Canucks lose 5-2 to the Chicago Blackhawks. They fall to 7-8, fall further down the standings. They have the Columbus Blue Jackets on Saturday, the Colorado Avalanche on Sunday. Sadly, I am not going to either game because I'll be in Surrey working that Grade 7 youth rally, hosting a bunch of people, running a bunch of things. That's why I'm trading work messages right now as I'm streaming. So I'm not streaming tomorrow, that's for sure. Sunday will be a game time decision. I'll just kind of do my best to keep you guys in the loop through my community tab. And then once we get to Monday, Tuesday, we will just kind of see how we are doing. But yes, I'm going to the Tuesday Jets game with some Actually, if you're at the Jets game, come say hi because I'll be bringing some out-of-towners, some wonderful musicians, and they are staying for that game. I'm bringing them the game, and then they fly home on Wednesday. These are musicians that are here for my big youth rally. So wish me luck. Good luck, Clay. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Legends, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Line Change, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Brian Blingy Choi, legendary Swervin Yrvin, and legendary Andrew Chang. Thank you for your support, and thanks to Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. Thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. On your way out, like the video, subscribe, and you can leave a late donation if you want. And I forgot about this. You can also hype the stream. So on the replay, you can hype it. Oh, Irvin, explain to me before I go what hyping a stream does again. Does it just help with the algorithm? I'm not sure, but let me know. Let me know what hyping the stream does. But whatever it means, make sure you guys do it. Thanks to my sponsors, Van City Express Real Estate, Gassy Jack Art, and Mulligan Golf Company. And thanks to everyone who went above and beyond today. You guys were very generous. Rosie got us going. Jessica used her monthly membership message. Harry with the $5 donation. Swervin Yrvin with the monthly membership message. Rosie with another donation. And then Dino with the twin $14 donations to end off. Add it all up. And on our leaderboard, our fictional leaderboard, it is Dino with... He always says 1075 points. I guess that's what $28 gets you. So Dino and Mena, they win our leaderboard once again with 1075. Fangirls in second. Rosie's in third. Harry's in fourth. And Coach Rob comes in fifth. So thanks to all of you for your generosity. And yeah, I cannot wait to... what's BC saying? Kings smashed the Jets 3-0. Yeah, the Kings are playing much better than I expected them to, for sure. Oh, it boosts you in the algorithm. Okay, so if someone's watching this on replay, make sure you hype the live stream. And I'm going to go back and hype all my old Can you hype your own streams? That seems kind of disingenuous, right? All right, friends, thanks for being here. Have a great weekend because I'm not, it's a extended break for me. So hopefully I'm streaming on Sunday night, but even that is a game time decision. You guys are awesome. I'm awesome. Tonight, Tyler Bertuzzi was awesome. And unfortunately, the Canucks were not awesome. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. By the way, do you know what Jay-Z called his wife before they got married. Yes, what did Jay-Z call his wife before they got married? Fiance. Fiance. God bless. And go Canucks go. Booyah.